Hey, it's me. So I was thinking of, the vlogging thing I did last time where I told you guys some awkward stories about my theater experiences, and I figured, it's been like, it hasn't been a while, I just did one, but it's been a while since I told you guys a convention story, because I've been to quite a few conventions and some weird stuff has happened. But I'm going to tell you one specific story, and this one was crazy. So, let's get started. So this one happened roughly about a year ago. It was the last convention I went to. You can see a vlog for it on my channel, oddly enough. It was Hanadoki-Con. And if you saw my vlog, you'll know that there was not a lot of signs directing where things were and, where the panels were. And it took me forever just to find the artist alley. It was a fun convention until the end where I couldn't find things. Anyway, I hadn't gone to any panels yet. And I was like, I have this badge. I paid for this badge. I'm gonna go to a panel. But I couldn't find any panel numbers or room numbers or anything. So I was like, okay, here's a room. It's got a table and chairs. It must be for a panel. I'll go in. So I went in. I sat down and I waited. And soon, people started filtering in. So I was like, okay, this has got to be cool. And in walks 3 African-American cosplayer girls. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't think anything of it. They were super nice and super friendly, and their cosplays were awesome. And they sit up front and they start talking about being a person of color when cosplaying. So at first I was like, oh, this is really interesting. I want to hear how they've, worked around, making cosplays and making it fit them, and how their skin color can go with it and stuff like that. Because I've seen some really good African American cosplayers do, white characters, and they do really well. And it's we're just dressing up in costumes, so what's the big deal? Well, things were going great. And it was an interesting conversation. People were talking about, how they'd heard, people ask them, oh, are you cosplaying as Black Rapunzel or something like that? No, I'm just cosplaying as Rapunzel, thanks. And that stuff happens, or people get their cosplays wrong because they're a different color, and that happens to me. I mean, not because of my skin color, but because people don't know cosplays half the time. That happens. So, but things were going fine. Nothing too crazy happened until someone asked the question, the loaded question. How do you feel about white people cosplaying people of color characters of color? And that's where things started to go downhill. Now, before I tell you their response, let me give my opinion on this so you know where I stand and don't automatically somehow assume I'm racist or something in the comments. One of you is gonna assume I'm racist somehow, magically. If this gets on Tumblr, it's gonna be I'm racist! But I'm not. I can say that all I want, you'll still think it. But anyway, my opinion is, you're dressing up as a fictional character. It doesn't matter who you dress up as. Seriously, I dressed up as Titan Aaron, and Titan Aaron is a giant dude that's supposed to be naked, and I made it work. What's the big deal? I think the only thing when it comes to race-wise is just don't do blackface. I think that's the one thing you shouldn't do if you're gonna cosplay a character of color, just don't do blackface. You wanna do Korra, just don't do blackface. You wanna do, Blade, do Blade, don't do blackface. And you wanna do Cyborg, do Cyborg, but just don't do blackface. It's fine. There's no big deal. But these people had a very different opinion. They said, I don't know if I'm quoting them exactly, but this is basically what it was, is white people have so many characters that they are allowed to cosplay. Leave our characters alone, is basically what they said. And they were very passionate about it. You guys have so many characters you can cosplay. These are our characters. Can't you just leave these alone? And I'm like, well, hold on. What? Nobody owns these characters except for the people that made them. I don't own, any white female characters. I don't own characters that are 5'2". I don't own characters that have brown hair. I don't own them. You can cosplay them, because it's not oh, I'm the only person that can cosplay as Frisk because I'm somewhat short and I have brown hair. No. Just how they can cosplay whoever they want, we can cosplay whoever we want. Obviously, there's a certain manner of respect to do it with. Obviously, don't do blackface, don't do whiteface. You can change your features up a little bit if you want, use some makeup, just don't go nuts. It's basic human dignity to have dignity as you cosplay as fictional characters. Yeah. But back to the panel anyways. So they went on that rant for quite a while and they were very passionate. It wasn't even like, oh, you know, I kind of wish they wouldn't or something like that. It's like, you cannot because you are white. And so that really left a bad taste in my mouth. I wanted to just get up and walk out, but I knew I would get quite a few glares if I walked out on that part. So I waited a couple minutes and then just got up and left, and I was just like, wow, that's kind of sucky, because like, that's like somebody saying you can't play this video game because it has a male main character and you're not a male. Or you cannot watch this show because it has a black main character and you're not black. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. These are things made for everyone to enjoy, of every race, of every gender, of every skin color, race, makes the same thing. You know, it doesn't matter. You're just a person dressing up in a costume to have fun. Like, I'm not out there like, oh, I'm gonna specifically steal this character because you have it because you're black people, I'm gonna steal it. Like, no, we're just out to have fun. So are you. Don't make this a race thing, don't make it political, don't make it racist somehow to cosplay a character you like. Like, if you are out there and you're a black person and you want to cosplay a white character, do it. If you're Asian and you want to cosplay a black character, do it. If you're white and you want to cosplay an Asian character, everybody does it. Like, what's the big deal? Just saying. Now, I hope I didn't come off as like too intense with this or anything like that, because like, I mean, it wasn't really, you know, crazy big deal, but it was just enough to be like, you're taking this too seriously. We're a bunch of nerds dressed up in costumes, and you're sitting here calling race foul on it. Like, that's just not what it's about. So, hopefully I worded everything correctly and everything. I mean, even if I didn't, I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments below. And if I did say something that was offensive somehow, magically, then either A, I'll respond and be like, I'm sorry, or B, I'll be like, well, no. Anyway, that was really all for today. I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I haven't talked about that really with anybody before. And it just, yeah. So, in conclusion, cosplay who you want. We're nerds in costume. It doesn't matter. And with that conclusion, I will see you guys next Tuesday, which I think is Valentine's Day. So it might have a Valentine's Day themed video. Maybe. We'll see. Bye!